Good morning, 5-6, and welcome to today's lesson in maths. Today we are going to be ordering fractions, decimals, and percentages. Okay, so yesterday we were finding the equivalents. Now we know how to do the equivalent and turn, for example, a fraction into a decimal or a decimal into percentage. Now we would like to compare and order them. Okay, so first of all, got a recap questions here. Okay, if you would like to pause the video and have a go, remember these recap questions are just looking at the previous learning that we have done this term. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to reveal the answers now. We can see on our 100 square here, I believe there are 60 shaded, so that'd be 60%. 28 divided by 100. Remember, when we're dividing by 100, we move 2 spaces to the right. Our number is getting 100 times smaller, so it should be 0.28. What are the coordinates of the point here? We go along the corridor, so we've got 4, and then downstairs, which would be 4 and -2. And then add together 648, add 2,500, okay, giving us our answer of 3,148. Okay, let's have a look. So, recapping yesterday's lesson. Match the equivalent fractions, decimals, and percentages. Okay, remember, before you start, you can see here that this is out of 100, so we could do this one straight away. Okay, because we know it's out of 100, so 3 out of 100. So remember, percent is out of 100, so this is already 3 out of 100. So we can tell, I can give you a quick win. This is going to be 3%. Okay, so what am I linking this one to? If I already know a part of it is going to be 3%, what else do I take it to? But let's look at these two, okay, before you start. I need my denominators to be, you got it, 100. So what do I do to the denominator here? What do I times 20 by to make it 100? And then what do I do to the denominator here to make it 100? Okay, pause the video and have a go at the question above. Okay, brilliant. So you should see, okay, that 20 times by, if I multiply it by 5, okay, equals 100. So then I need to, whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. I'm going to multiply my 3 by 100, giving me 15 over 100. So if it's 15 over 100, I can see here, I've got 15 in the hundredths column here. So that's going to be by 15 over 100. And I know if it's 15 over 100, that is 15%, because percent is per 100. So we've got that there. So if you're thinking, that's how you do it, pause the video, honestly, pause the video now and have a go at this question here. This one, it's a half. What would I multiply 2 by to get to 100? Pause the video, have a go. So I would multiply my 2 by 50, okay? And because I'm multiplying 2 by 50, I've got 100. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 1 multiplied by 50 is 50, so I've got 50 out of 100. Which one represents 50 out of 100? Where I know it's not 0.03, I've got 0.05, okay? 50 out of 100, and 50 out of 100 is a half, the same as 50%, okay? And then that brings us to this one. We can see we've got 3 in the hundredths column, so we've got 3 out of 100, and then 3%. We can check, see if we're correct, okay, just in case. Excellent. Looks spot on from there. Okay, brilliant. Let's move on. So the question today, order the following from smallest to greatest. We've got 0.97, 95%, and 3/4. So like yesterday, you do this one for the learning today. The joy is you can do whatever you're most comfortable with. We're giving you the choice, you the power, okay? So it says turn them into either fractions, decimals, or percentages. Once they have the same value, put them in order. Okay, so you decide, okay, you're in charge. Because I've got the choice, I'm going to turn it into percentages, okay? So I've already been given 1%, and that's 95%, so that's already done. I'm then going to look at what I'm comfortable with, what I'm most confident turning into a percentage. It's this decimal here, 0.97. I can see already that 97's in the hundredths column, so it's going to be out of 100, and it's going to be 97%. So I've already got 2. Okay, I've got 2. Now I've got to think, how do I turn this one into a percentage? Well, I know okay, that I need to make my fraction out of 100, and then I will know the percentage. So what do I multiply 4 by to get to 100? I'm going to multiply my 4 by 25. So 4 multiplied by 25 equals 100. So brilliant, I've got 100 as my denominator. But it doesn't stop there, does it? Because whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So what do I multiply the 3 by? I multiply the 3 by 25, giving me my answer of 75 over 100. Okay, so I know 75 over 100, because it's per 100, is 75. So remember what it says, order the following from smallest to greatest. Now, because I've got now 75%, 95% and 97%, I still put the original what it was originally down here. So my smallest, I can see, is 3 over 4, 3/4. Okay, next is 95%, and then finally is 97%. Okay, because it's asking from smallest to greatest. Remember, you can turn it into whatever you feel most comfortable. So if you wanted to turn that into fractions, that is absolutely fine. Okay, just make sure your fraction is out of 100 so you can compare. Let's have a look at the next question. So this is for you. Order the following from smallest to greatest. So first of all, convert into a fraction, decimal or percentage. You choose. Okay, once all the same, place in the correct order. Now 2 of these are already percentages. So my advice would be to go for turning it into a percentage again. But if you want to turn these into a decimal, that is absolutely fine. Okay, I wouldn't do a fraction this time just because none of them are fractions yet. But again, turn them into one value and then order them from smallest to greatest. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, so you should have seen if we were turning this into a percentage, okay, that's 62 over 100, okay, so 0.62 is the same as 62%. Okay, so we've got 62%. Okay, and then suddenly our order is clear. Okay, the smallest is 59%. Then it goes 0.62. No, sorry, 0.60, and then 0.62. Okay, which is 62%. But we put our original question here. Okay. Brilliant, let's move on. Now, this is a different style of question where it asks you to place, and you'll see this a lot when you see it in your papers, it asks you to place fractions, decimals and percentages on a number line. Okay, so the information we have been given is 0 and 1. Then we've got 55 over 100, 90% and 0.75. So this time, because I've got 0 and 1 and I'm looking at in between, okay, I'm going to convert it into decimals. Okay, so I'm going to convert it into decimals, and then I want you to have a go at drawing the number line and placing these numbers, percentages, fractions, on the number line. So I'm going to help convert first. So 55 over 100, okay, it's the same because I've in my hundredths column as 0.55. 90%, okay, again, we're in our hundreds, so we've got 0.9. We've got 0.9. So we've got our decimals 0.55, 0.9 and 0.75. Pause the video and try and place those numbers onto the decimal line, onto the number line. Okay, brilliant. So let's see what we've got. We've got 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 is here, and we've got 0.55 is going to be bang on in the middle here. Okay, so if I've got 0.55 in the middle here, okay, I just draw a little arrow so we know. If I've got it bang on in the middle of 0.5 and 0.6, so bear with the mouse. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.55. Pause the video. Where would 0.75 and 0.9 go? Okay, excellent. So this would be 0.6, 0.7. So 0.75 is going to go in between here. Hopefully that was the same for you. Okay. In the middle. Then we've got 0.8, and then finally on the line we have got 0. Okay. If you are doing when you get onto questions like silver and gold, if you need to draw a number line and it helps you, okay, when doing your answers, that is absolutely fine. Okay, whatever helps you work best. Okay, pause the video. You're going to have a go at the silver questions. When you come back, I will reveal the answers. Okay, so we can see, for example, in A, you've got 64% and 0.46. So just think, what do I want to turn it into? Do I want them to both be percentages, or do I want them to both be decimals? So just make sure they're the same thing and then put your statement in. Okay, so I'm just going to help you with the first question. This would be 0.64. So I know that that is bigger than 0.46. Or you could have said, this is 46%, this is 64%. Well, 64% is bigger than 46%. Okay, so just make sure they're the same and then fill in your statement. Okay, pause the video. When you come back, I will reveal the answers. Okay, excellent. So you should have finished silver. Here are the answers for silver. If you pause the video, because I'm now going to move on to gold. Okay, here are the questions for gold. Have a go. And then when you come back, I will reveal the answers for gold. Okay, brilliant. Remember to, hopefully you've explained your answer. Here is the answer for gold. Okay, and when you if you pause the video and mark, when you come back, I'm now going to move on to platinum. Okay, here are the questions for platinum. Have a go. Okay, when you come back now, I'm going to reveal the answers for platinum. Excellent. Saying it every day, and I really do mean it. Keep up the hard work, St. Mary's, year 5, year 6. You're doing so well. Okay, keep going. The energy is still incredible, and it inspires, like I said, it inspires us teachers to keep going for you. Okay, so really, really good job. Keep putting it on Dojo, and I will see you for the check-in this afternoon, and I will see you at tomorrow's maths lesson. Speak soon.